Hello dear friends, welcome back, welcome to a new reading, a general reading, a not time specific reading. Being a general reading, please take in account only what you feel that is resonating with yourself. I'm speaking here about energies, I'm not speaking about sexes. I use the characters in the cards in order for me to be able to express myself, but that doesn't mean that if I'm expressing myself as a gender, I am addressing only that gender. We all have both energies in us, feminine and masculine, so please bear with me because it's much easier this way for me to keep a storyline. Because I am speaking about energies, these energies can also interchange with the characters. That means that I may speak directly to you, Cancer, because this is your reading, or I may speak directly to the cross-watcher. If this is your case, you will know it and you'll be able to identify it from the storyline. I like to let the cards come out by themselves. I know this can take a while. This is why all the readings have chapters. So if you're not interested in this whole process, please feel free and go directly to the chapter that you are interested in. In case that the chapters are not being visible in the YouTube player, you can always find the timestamps to the chapter in the description box below. Thank you for all of you who are making donations. I appreciate them. For those of you who are interested in private readings, you can find all the details in the description box below. And with that, thank you again for watching, and let's start your reading. For all who have the Sun, Moon, Rising, or planet Venus in the sign of Cancer, what's for their higher good to know now? What's best for them to know now? Now being the time that you are watching the recording. Best messages for Cancer, please. And everything that is for their higher good to know now. For all who have the Sun, Moon, Rising, or planet Venus in the sign of Cancer, and everything that is for their higher good to know now. Okay. At the bottom of the deck you have the Moon. The Moon is a sign of Pisces. You may have to deal with somebody like this or from that sign, but it doesn't have to. The Moon is speaking to us about things that are being hidden, things that are not being spoken about, or secrets, because the light of the Moon is much more subtle than the light of the Sun. Sometimes we can misinterpret, sometimes we are being helped to misinterpret something. It depends a lot to which frequency of Neptune, the governor of Pisces, we are connecting, because in a low frequency, every sign, every governor of every sign, so every planet has a low frequency manifestation modus and a high frequency. If we are connecting to the low frequency, there we can speak about illusions, about misunderstanding, about secrets, lies, things that are being hidden. But if we are hallucinations and so on. But if we are connecting to higher frequency, we can have now a moment where we can download information. We can see beyond the veil. We can bring information from the subconscious into the conscious, and with this new information to look at things in a new way, from another perspective. Here, the character is with the back towards us, so for sure something is not being told, spoken about. So let's see. You have the Six of Cups. Best message for Cancer, please. Three of Swords, Strength, Two of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, High Priestess, King of Cups, Queen of Cups. So at the bottom of the deck we have the King of Cups. In this deck of cards, I'm not joking, are two cards for the kings, one in the masculine energy and one in the feminine energy. So it's good that also the Queen of Cups is here, so it's coming in balance, or because it comes in balance, it's speaking to us about the need of balance in this circumstance. But it's the energy that keeps together your entire reading. It can be that current of energy that can move the reading in the direction that it's supposed to go. It also can be the energy in which you are right now. Sometimes it can be subtle and you're not conscious about it. Sometimes it can be stronger and you are conscious about it. And sometimes it can be so strong that even people around you are conscious about this energy. I really think that just look between the two feminine energies of the same suit, the Cups. The Queen of Cups is much more not only dreamy but very melancholic, and this King of Cups that is from a feminine energy is much more sure of herself, very conscious that even if it's like the soul is here and I'm keeping it in my hands and it's protected, it doesn't have to happen something. So as long as I'm focusing with serenity, in balance, not letting the experiences from the past determine my present and my future, also the reflection or on the 3D level, everything will go just fine, even if we are feeling like going through something that is very narrow and we may feel like, oh my God, I won't be able to go through it. Everything will be just fine. Just keep yourself in emotional balance. Be like the King of Cups, because the King of Cups is speaking to us about this maturity, emotional maturity. So, and this King of Cups, okay, this King of Cups, it's also speaking to us about, I know this is a little bit darker. There are two sharks here. It's very toothy, but you should go from dark waters, deep waters, towards serene waters and go there. Even if it's a little bit bumpy or we may feel like it, trust yourself that you have everything in your power, in your strength, it's beneath this, to go there, to start to move towards quieter waters, serene waters. And this is again speaking about that capacity of the King of Cups of, okay, not always, we not live always through experiences that are very serene, but because he has that emotional maturity, he can only take the lesson from that unpleasant experience and let everything else go. But for sure something was there, because he's pointing, but he's pointing to both of the situation. It's pointing towards something that you had, the moon was kept secret, and maybe because of that it bite you in a way. You have also the Three of Swords here, but it's in your power, it's in your strength to choose the path towards serene waters. So the High Priestess, again, it can speak about things that are being hidden. So we cannot see them, we cannot know them, but with the moon connecting to the higher frequency, we have now the opportunity, and you are very empathic, you know very well how to connect towards your guidance, towards your intuition. Focus on high frequency, because it can be a very good moment in which you can be guided towards to see, even if there were things that were hidden. The High Priestess is the character that is being put at the gates of heaven, and nobody goes in or out without her knowing. She knows everything. She has important scriptures in her possession for keeping. She's like a keeper. She's in perfect balance. Without her being in perfect, she wouldn't be able to do the job that she does without being in balance. And this is what she wishes for ourselves. She's very intuitive. She communicates with us. She can communicate with us towards others, third-party characters, but because she knows everything, she also knows ourselves. So sometimes we may misunderstand, sometimes we may be helped by others to misunderstand something, and when she knows that this could happen, she stops communicating with us through others. But that doesn't mean that she won't continue and send you directly messages. So please connect to your higher guidance, to your guides, because it will help you find that inner strength and move from the Three of Swords towards this I'll be fine. It's something that you had to deal with somebody. You may feel them like, or it's somebody from your past, from your childhood that came back, and it was not what you thought. You perceive them as a soulmate, but soulmates are souls with whom we understood each other to play different roles in our life, and sometimes the soulmate can be next to us our whole life. They can be lovers, but not only lovers. They can be family members, they can be children, they can be siblings, they can be parents, they can be lifelong friends, and they can be there for us our whole life, supporting us, helping us, encouraging us, or they can be those characters that are serving us the very bitter lesson in our life. So it may be that you thought that everything will be just fine, and it was a little bit the opposite, but you have the inner strength in order to overcome it, and not anyhow, but bring everything into balance. And by bringing, and it's your energy, this is you, this is you getting through this experience and connecting, you have now the opportunity in understanding it from a higher, bigger perspective. And because of that, you will be able to know how to deal with it, how to act, not only let it be a reaction that maybe for the other party was, but to act. So this is pure guidance, divine guidance. It's, I know, and sign of Leo, it can be, it's the sign that speaks about the heart, the unconditional love. You'll find the strength, the love in your own heart for yourself, for the situation, in order to be guided and go through this experience and come safely towards the destination. You had, I think that you had to deal with somebody that juggled a lot, juggled with finances, but they juggled more with emotions, and this is what you have to deal. It's the character here. It's on this building, and in its vicinity, yes, it's the Two of Pentacles, but it's like it's a ghost of the same building. It's like something that illusionary part that I spoke about when I split the deck and you had the moon. It's like you saw something there that there was not, or you were helped to think something that was an illusion. But maybe this is why the Queen of Cups is so melancholic, because she's questioning, did I understood well or not what's happening? You have now the opportunity in mastering a lesson. This is a card that speaks about self-mastery. This is a card that it speaks to us about learning through repetition. Sometimes we don't go towards the finish line and we left things unfinished, not integrating the whole wisdom from an experience, and then life puts us again maybe in situations that are very similar. Even if we are changing places, we are changing characters in our life, it's not in spite of us, but to give us the opportunity in integrating what we missed the previous time. And in that lies the mastery of it, looking in details. And it's so beautiful. This character embraces, yes, she's painting this butterfly, but in this activity of hers, she's embracing, and butterflies are a symbol of transformation. So embrace this transformation, even if it's heartfelt, because it will lead you towards mastering, understanding your life from that higher perspective, because we are going deep within, trying to understand what happened. We also can start and look at our life and identify patterns that are repeating themselves, patterns of thinking, patterns of doing, patterns of approaching things, and understanding that we need to make some changes in order to have the desired result. And with this fine-tuning, you can get to that self-mastery. I always give you this example as, try and look at your life as being a play that is being played, where the main character is you. You are the main character in your whole life. But in the same time, you are the observer of the play. And you can move your perspective, the viewpoint, so that you can understand it much deeper, much in detail, and seeing yourself, your patterns, so that you know where you need to make some adjustments. You'll be fine. trust me, you'll be fine. When we are going through this, it's not pleasant at all, and we may question ourselves. But this is why they come together in balance, in showing you, as long as you keep your balance, enforce that emotional balance, go deep within and see what generated what and what led to what, and understand it from that higher point, with that higher guidance, with self-respect, you'll be able to master this and overcome it and see that calmer shores or waters that will lead you towards shores. What's with the Three of Swords, please? Tell me more. Sorry, I started without splitting this deck, so maybe this is what I need to do. What's with the Three of Swords, please? Tell me more about the Three of Swords. Why is here the Three of Swords? Eight of Swords. So because of a heartbreak, because of a disappointed, you were for a period of time in a mental blockage. You could not understand it, and it's I can understand you, because you felt like this character being somebody like a soulmate. But with this ghost building here, there was an illusion, there was something that was going on. They kept your attention, led your attention where they wanted you to look at, so that in the background could happen something else, and because you didn't have a clue, it kept you in this. And this is a low frequency, and with the heartache I can understand it, that it's normal and it's human. But when we are in situation in which we feel like we are going round in circles and again and again and again, like a hamster on a wheel, we need first of all to jump from that wheel, because it won't help you going round and round and round. We cannot find a solution continuing and staying in a energy that created this problem. We need to raise our frequency. Every problem has a solution, but the solution is from a higher frequency. And in order for us to find that solution, we have to give ourselves the first help, the first aid in raising that frequency. Do things that you are enjoying. Do things that bring back joy into your life, happiness into your life. Surround yourself with optimistic people, with people that love you for who you are and not because of what they can get from you. People that are encouraging, people that are there supporting you, encouraging you in moving from this going round and round. Surround yourself with children, with pets. They are from high frequency. Go in nature, but not go in nature and in your mind keeping and going the same thing. Take a break from it. Sing, dance, do whatever you are enjoying. Laugh as much as you can, even if you don't have any reason in doing that. Try and find consciously hilarious parts of everything. By doing that, when we are raising our vibration and we spend some time in that higher frequency, when we come back to the problem that is challenging us, we'll be able to have that other viewpoint, exactly as I told you with looking at your life. But this is mentally, mostly mentally, keeping ourselves mentally in a prison. She tried to make a step right, left, behind. She felt the swords, and it's like a little bit in panic mode. And when we are in panic mode, we cannot think straight. So calm yourself, think about something, and understand that you can use the blade in order to cut this, whatever is holding her, keeping her with the hands to her back, in order to lift this blindfold. So there is a solution, but I can understand that a situation, a disappointment that has to deal with heart matters, can put ourselves in this, what happened? I thought it was that, and what happened? How could I get here? What's with the Six of Cups, please? Tell me more about the Six of Cups, please. Why is the Six of Cups here, please? Knight of Wands. And Knight of Wands can be any sign of fire, signs of fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You have the sign of Leo here. Somebody that's very courageous, very impatient, very hasty, somebody that is listening always towards his passion. He goes, he acts, he's the conqueror. They can be very passionate. So somebody that really acts on his impulses. It may be that this is the character with whom you had to deal with, but it can be that energy that is coming in and give you that nudge in, okay, it's time to make that leap, that jump from this state of mind towards something else. Let's go to the King of Cups, this with the sharks here. And why is the King of Cups here, please? Ten of Swords, and it came out like this. It's good that it came out like this. It's that shark's part of it, the betrayal, with the Three of Swords. So it was something that it took you by surprise. How they acted, the people that were involved. This character is really vicious. It's like you already have two swords within yourself. They stabbed you, but he's making sure that it's really done. They done a good job. So it was very vicious, like this. This is pointing to this. The good news is that the worst is already behind you. And by the card coming like this, it's like you are on the path in coming out of this shock and leaving it behind and coming out of this energy. Again, the best news here is the worst, it's already behind you. Just continue and look at it from another point of view, higher point of view, so that you can understand it and go in this part, the serene part of the King of Cups, that okay, this was not pleasant, but I won't let this unpleasant experience in defining my present and defining my future. I take only the lesson, and everything else I simply let it go and just let it flow like the water. Be the fish in the water that swims towards good energies. Yes, this is why it was so hard, because it was something that you couldn't see it coming with the characters, but it's sure that this other character is turning the character around. But these swords are coming from front. So this deceased character see who stabbed him. It was maybe too late in order to be able to avoid this, but you saw, you had some information, or you had some feelings. It could happen, but for some reason you didn't want to see it. And this is why it's so shocking. And maybe this is why the Queen of Cups now, it's why couldn't I not see this coming? What made me look the other way and doubting herself? Please don't do that. It doesn't help you. Just focus on yourself, focus on bringing back your emotional balance in order to overcome this. What's with the Queen of Cups, please? Tell me more about the Queen of Cups, please. The Queen of Cups knows that she needs to make a decision, and she feels like the decision that she's needing to, she doesn't have all the information, and because she doesn't have all the information, she may feel like I'm standing here and waiting a little bit so that when I make my choice to be an informed choice. Maybe this information was kept from you. Again, you had that moon at the beginning, but I always tell you, when a sense is being out of order, in this case she's blindfolded, she cannot see, the other senses become much more stronger. So with smell, with touch, she can gather another kind of information in order for her to be able to fill the void left of sight, because she cannot see. So please, true, you have here the Queen of Cups. Yes, it's your energy, but this is the minor arcana of the High Priestess, what goes on with the intuition, with your connection to higher realms, to listening, to read between the lines. So please do that, because it will help you gather that other kind of information in order for you to make an informed decision, even if there can be information that are being kept hidden from you. Open yourself towards new sources of information. Sometimes we may wait for a specific information from a specific place or character, and everything that comes towards us that is not like that or from that, or it passes us without seeing it, without being able to recognize that, wait a minute, that there was something for me. So just open even bigger if you can. You can, because you are able to do that. Trust yourself, trust your intuition. The High Priestess, please. Tell me more about the High Priestess. Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles. The more that you open yourself towards other kind of information, you will be able to see this ghosty thing that is going on here, so that you can come out of the illusionary part of this story. What's with the High Priestess, please? Eight of Cups. And Eight of Cups, it's speaking to us about listen to your intuition, follow your path, even if you need to leave something behind. The situation now, it's not a situation in which you want to continue and stay. Your heart is wanting something else, so follow that heart, because it's the soul that it's nudging you towards another place so that you can go towards the Ten of Cups. Only by following your path, going as you are being guided, you'll be starting and going in search of what's missing from the 8 of Cups to go to the 10 of Cups, and that's the 2 of Cups, that other half. You can be guided. Just listen to your heart, because you are being guided to leave this situation behind and move towards where your heart is wanting, your soul is wanting you to go, so that you can be again in balance, so that you can start and attract in your life balanced situation, balanced circumstances, balanced people, balanced relationships. What's with the 8 of Pentacles? Tell me more about the 8 of Pentacles. The Queen of Wands. I just wanted to say, this is 2 and 2, 8 and 8. Everything is so mirrored. 8 of Pentacles, that speaks about learning through repetition, has one of the lessons is to find your own worth. The Queen of Wands is that character that really knows her worth, and because of that she doesn't accept anything less than. Because of that, her energy is very magnetic. She not only draws towards herself looks, but circumstances, people, solutions that can help her. As long as we are not, and I'm speaking here about a very healthy way of knowing who you are, not imagining something that there is not, but because when we are not sure of who we are, we can attract towards ourselves people that feel that there is something that it's like a victim, and it's easy to be conquered. So this transformational period in your life where you can look in detail and master everything will lead you towards you becoming that character that really knows who she is, because she's the queen, even if you are a male, in order to start and attract what is really from the same frequency, not accepting anything less than. And again, it's this fiery energy. Maybe it was somebody from a Leo. Maybe it can be this soulmate that is coming in very quickly to help you, to be there for you, to be that part of who's encouraging you, helping you, nurturing you, in the sense of, okay, this happens, it's not pleasant, but it's time to move away from the 3 of Swords and the 8 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. And what's with the 2 of Pentacles? That balance that you know you need to enforce your own balance, to not be always in a state of mind when you need to balance everything else in a manner that you can hold your equilibrium. So 2 of Pentacles. Tell me more about the 2 of Pentacles. Six of Wands and 9 of Swords. You'll be victorious in coming out of this low frequency. And in this deck of cards, 8 swords are on the wall. This is that mental blockage. And 1 sword is here. It's like the Ace of Swords. It's something comes through through this higher frequency, through this higher connection with your guidance. You'll be able to have that peek behind the veil, understanding it from a higher perspective. A truth comes out, you get the clarity in order to come out of this mental blockage, to know where you need to go from this in order to reinforce your own balance and put yourself, if you want, if you desire, much more better into the light. Just look at me. What am I capable to doing? Not what others told you. So you'll be victorious in that. So don't worry, just gather that courage. It's exactly as I told you here with the King of Swords in the feminine energy. You are holding what's there and divine. You are holding it. It's like the higher self that watches over you. It's holding you. Nothing can can happen to you as long as you have this not only will, but you sincerely believe that this will reflect this smooth going, even if it is something that is very narrow. I don't know why I wanted to say minded, maybe because we are speaking here about 8 and 9 of swords, and it has a lot to do with the mind. You'll be able to, it's like you have now the opportunity in going through something that will open yourself a better view, a bigger view. Without this experience, you wouldn't be able to achieve that. This is your own self-mastery. What's with strength here, please? Tell me more about strength. Why is strength here, please? You need it in order to start and coming out of this, but it's also the guidance that you are receiving in order to make this jump, to make this change of perspective, to become victorious in overcoming a very heartfelt situation. Why is strength here, please? Five of Wands, and Five of Wands is a very stressful energy. It's combative. It's everybody for themselves. You needed strength in order to leave this situation. You really don't want. It can be that inner battle that is going on. But why? I cannot understand how that was possible. And you just open yourself towards your guidance, because you'll know how you need to act. Not only this is reaction, this is only reacting to what the others are doing by listening to your guidance. And you have the Queen of Cups, you have the High Priestess, you have strength that it can be divine guidance. You have what you need in order to understand it from that higher perspective, so that you can act in a way that you can put an end to this and leave it behind by following your guidance, following your intuition. But it took some energy from you in landing here in understanding that I need to leave this behind because I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of being the one who always needs justification in justifying all my moves when others do other things. The best advice, the best guidance for Cancer at the end of the reading, please. Best advice. Okay, dark thoughts, it came out in reverse and it moved a little bit. You are fighting a little bit yourself, but you are on the precipice of coming out of these dark thoughts. It's like you were in a maze where you couldn't find your way out, but it came out in reverse. Sometimes you have some doubts, but continue on because you will come out of this, and it's from the suit of consciousness. Shadows of the mind, and I will hold it upwards because it doesn't have any sense to look at it in reverse, but read the meaning for the reversed. Here comes the sun. When this card is reversed in your spread, it reveals a time of increasing light and clarity for you. You may have been through some dark times lately, lost in a labyrinth of problems, but all that is coming to an end. It's like with this King of Cups that you are able to lead your vessel from deep waters, toothy waters towards calmer places. Things will be going more smoothly from now on. In fact, your movement into lighter, happier times may have already started. Your life force energy is lifting, bringing more joyous experiences and increasingly positive results. Make sure you support these wonderful outcomes by maintaining your bright new pathways of trust and positive thinking. Affirmation: I consciously choose to release unhealthy thoughts or behaviors. I am always strong enough to make choices that honor me. So, dear Cancer, we really hope that this was useful for you. If you like what you are seeing, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, you're welcome. This being said, until next time, take care. Bye.